Welcome back to the channel. This your boy Get 'em Tech reaction video. We're back with another one, and seems like they look like they gonna uphold this ban on TikTok. I don't know. Hey, a lot of people gonna be losing a lot of money on it. I know a lot of people eating good out there tiki, like a Choyong. They chewing good, but let's get into it.
Following today's oral arguments, the Supreme Court appears ready to uphold a ban on TikTok that is set to take effect in 9 days. The popular app is used by as many as 170 million users in the U.S. A bipartisan law orders TikTok to shut down in 9 days unless it finds a new owner.
My whole thing, man, I still don't get how in the hell they can just tell us to shut something down that's benefiting the country, because a lot of people eat off the TikTok, whether it be the dances, whether it be new music that come out. Anytime the new trend, anything right now is TikTok, because everybody watch it. I don't get it.
That is not in China, or the Supreme Court takes action.
To give you some background, lawmakers fear that through TikTok, China could acquire Americans' private data or could push propaganda that would sow discord. It's a risk.
All right, now this is my point with that. Just like China can do it, what's the guy that owns Amazon? Benzo, whatever. He can access it with all the Prime accounts. Whoever got Netflix, they can access it. Everybody that you pay a bill with got your name, account information. Some of them got even your date of birth. Some got social. So regardless of who has it, I understand what they're saying about China, because China always look like they want to knock us off. I get it. But at the same time, like, there got to be another reason other than y'all just trying to get a little of their money on it. I feel like y'all think China getting too much of their money on off of it because they distributing everything. But also, if you look at it from that double-sided coin, if they wanted to push an agenda, if they wanted to, any trend, I done seen people taking Tide Pod, swallowing them off TikTok. Over here, drink cinnamon, take cinnamon patches, pop them in their mouth off TikTok. So if they want to have you take some or pop some or do something and put it on TikTok, maybe half of y'all, if not 75% of y'all dumb ass is gonna take it anyway. That's what they doing. You gotta look at a double-sided coin. I feel it.
That TikTok's lawyer acknowledged to the 9 justices this morning.
That they would use that information over time to develop spies, to turn people, to blackmail people who a generation from now will be working in the FBI or the CIA or in the State Department. Is that not a realistic assessment by Congress and the President of the risks here?
Well, Your Honor, I'm not disputing the risks. I certainly acknowledge the risk, but I think there are lots of reasons, not just the one I just gave, but there are lots of reasons why that risk still can't justify the law.
Let's get the latest on what happened today with CNN Chief Supreme Court Analyst Joan Biskupik. Joan, it looks like the justices are not going to block this ban.
It does, but I've got a couple caveats. Okay. No, you could tell that they were with the federal government here in terms of the main motivation. But there are a couple questions. There are actually 3. First of all, is this a First Amendment infringement? And once you get past that, has the Congress passed a law that's narrowly tailored to kind of meet its compelling interest to override the First Amendment free speech interest? And then after that, what about timing? Because that did come up here. Could this possibly not take effect on January 19th, which is when it's scheduled to take effect?
Trump. Yeah. That's why y'all motherfuckers. That's why y'all picked him. That's why they got him. That's why they got him back in office. They want Trump to go on and vote this back in because he a money man. He a business man. He ain't stunned none of the yada, yada, yada. Plus, he only there for a couple years anyway. Let's let the folks keep getting money. You got all these folks. Look at California right now. They ain't got nothing go all the way through there. You think they don't need that tiki-tok money? Some of them folk tiki-tok ain't got no home to tiki-tok no more. Tiki-tok and walkie-talkie. I'm just talking though.
Which of course is a day before President-elect Donald Trump comes in. First of all, on that exchange that you just listened to, there was so much concern about the potential for, Chinese espionage. At one point, the Chief Justice also said, so are we supposed to ignore the fact that the ultimate parent is, in fact, subject to doing intelligence work for the Chinese government? Because TikTok, while an American company, is owned ultimately by ByteDance, which is, headquartered in Beijing. So that was a real concern. But those two grounds that you just mentioned that Congress passed the law based on, the data collection for blackmail and other espionage, and the covert manipulation, it was that latter grounds that the justices were really suspicious about. Doesn't everyone know now that TikTok is owned by a Chinese parent company?
And don't give a fuck. Don't care. It don't matter. There's a lot of, man, if we go back in the history of everything, it's always been some underhand, underthrown, under the table ass something. We wouldn't have this country if it wasn't under the table being done. So Miami wouldn't even be Miami if it went for Cocaine Cowboy. I'm like, God. Man,
they know that potentially that there could be some manipulation. So I think the justices might not agree with the government on the extent of the grounds here. So bottom line, it looks like this court is ready to rule against TikTok, but then finally timing. The question came up of whether there should be some postponement of the effect of the law taking place on January 19th, which is what Congress had dictated when it passed the law back in April. President-elect Donald Trump has said, put a pause on it. TikTok has said, put a pause on it. And the justices started to ask about that. And the Solicitor General of the United States, currently the Biden administration Solicitor General, said, no, if you're going to rule for us based on our national security grounds that it looked like they were ready to buy, there's no reason to say that that would justify any kind of postponement here. But there seemed to be some sentiment about, should they act?
Postponement. I don't know what to say. If they shut down TikTok, like I said, it's gonna be a lot of money missing out here. A lot of money. TikTok take, if I'm not mistaken, I Googled it earlier, they take up 68% of social media. That's over half. Especially in the US. In the US, over 68%. So, well, I guess we going back to Insty, back to the book, to, I guess, the next, I don't know.
When we're in the middle of a transition between administrations, and what would the consequence be if they were to do it that way?
It's going to be so interesting what happens, especially with the timing. Joan, thank you so much for that. Sure. We do appreciate it.
If you have an hour this...
Yep, so what it's looking, it's finna be the end of, as the white ladies say, ticky-tacky. Tic-tac-toe. Ain't no more. End of the show. I guess we got to go. If you like, comment, subscribe. It's coming from the heart. I appreciate it. Got more videos coming. If you like that video, click this one right here at the bottom. Like, comment, subscribe. Just get them ticked, and we out.